EA Sports, and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational. We're off and running here, and let's take you down to the action at hole number 1. Warm-ups are done, first 2 rounds in the book, and Frank, this is where careers are made, on the weekends at these kinds of championships.
This is also what you hope for too in professional golf. You know you've got your good stuff. We've seen that through the first 2 days. Put yourself in a great position. Just 36 holes to go. You're looking at that first hole and what the weekend might unfold. That's the beauty of this game. I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Relatively short par 4, second hole. Frank, what's the right play off the tee here? It's probably not driver.
It certainly isn't. You need a decent yardage in for your second shot, so you don't really want to hit it past those last of the 6 bunkers on that right side. It leaves a shot of 100, 110 yards. There's another tee box a little further up where they can make it like drivable at 265 yards, but for such a short hole, this is sort of a fair.
Let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one. Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet?
It's still going. Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. So a good lag putt there, Frank.
Yeah, the whole idea of a lag putt, sometimes you build a 3 or a 4 foot circle and just try and get it inside that. Good putt.
Well, how about this start? Birdie to open the round. Moving on to the third hole now. Again, it's a par 4 of 428 yards, but you can see the distinctive bunkering on the left, making this, Frank, one of the most famous holes in golf.
It is. The church pews that adorn the left side, they're no fun to be in, that's for sure, because somehow, invariably, you always seem to get behind one of those grass strips behind, and all you're left to do is punch out. Not just that, too. The amount of bunkers on that right side really narrowed that down. Now, this tee shot plays downhill, and then you've got to be ready for that uphill second shot.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today. Smokes it.
But this could be really good, Frank.
On straight at it. That club must have melted after that one. Second shot. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well played here. Went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. We're at the fifth hole now. Short hole, but Frank, pretty challenging even at 382 yards.
Yeah, you've got the bunkers are staggered. The first three coming down the left side, and then they start to link up with the ones on the right side that just sort of narrow this fairway up. It just sort of changes the strategy. But if you can just sort of thread an iron up there, that's the main thing. Because this green is going to be very narrow in the front and then slope away with the players left.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Well, downhill, Frank, want to play the ball, what, a little further back in the stance, take a club less? Safely aboard. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That was well judged, wasn't it? Frank, what's the pros' take on the first par 3 here at Oakmont, the sixth, at just under 200 yards?
Oh, it's a real beauty. Very narrow in the front. You can see how it pinches in so close. It starts to widen up, but even to try and carry that bunker on the right side, there's very few players in the world that could hit it that high and manage to stop the ball in that corner. Once again, you're trying to thread it through that avenue at the front of this green. It's a tough par 3.
Don't want to miss it right here.
No.
Appears to be tracking well. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. And we've come to the par 4 7th. It is 434 yards.
That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Frank, what does this second shot look like at the par 4 7th?
Well, normally on any other golf course, you'd say you've got enough green there to work with. But remember, in a US Open, with the firmness and the speed of these greens, if this ball is slightly offline, it's just going to funnel into one of those two bunkers on the right or that one in the back right. This is why you have to respect the middle of this green.
Those greens about as fast as that Pennsylvania Turnpike to the right of the 7th here. Good swing, good shot yet again. This has been just a pure display of ball striking all day long. Has not missed a single green, every one in regulation. Wow, what a birdie. Here at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole, and Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine to a 300-yard par 3 at a US Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides. That's the 8th hole.
Birdie try up next. Getting set now over the putt.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot and will definitely hurt.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Here we are at the 9th, par 4, 477 yards. Frank, this is a rugged hole.
It is. It used to be a par 5. Some say it should still be a par 5. Long, straight hole. Runs alongside the first hole there. Bunkers left and right. And, of course, if you find the rough, the remnants of what it used to be a par 5 is that nice little cross bunker in the middle of the fairway which forces you to lay up.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Little uphill to this green, Frank. Just a bit left of the hole location.
Should still be okay.
And no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
Bad.
Good putt. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. I'm thinking about 90 yards from here. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say. I mean, there's skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Good stroke, just came up empty. So just a formality here. Solid par. Frank, it's only 379 yards, a par 4. You thinking birdie here at the 11th?
You would think for that distance, no, but you'd take 4 here. It's a stringent tee shot. The fairway doesn't really look pleasing to the eye. It looks like it moves out to the left, but that's exactly where those bunkers are. So more often than not, we see players hitting out of the right rough. And back in 1994, this is where the playoff finished with Lauren Roberts and Ernie Els. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Frank, straight uphill with this approach shot, what do you have to factor in terms of club selection and setup over the ball?
We're going to have to take at least an extra club to make up for that added elevation. And also, it's tougher to get onto that front foot.
Moving a little left of the flagstick, Frank. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Not a problem from there. Right in the middle. We are at the par 5 12th here at Oakmont. This is a big par 5 at 667 yards. Hold on here a second. She is winding up for a big one. She wants to smash this far as she can hit it.
Oh, if this is up, it's good. Smoked that one.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree. Second from an excellent lie. Frank, what has stood out for you watching this player into these wins?
A lot of smart decisions. Not trying to fight the wind, using it, and really just a lot of good strikes, one after the other.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. 13 feet away. Get in. That's good putt. Well, Frank, what about this par 3 13th? Measures 183 yards.
It has a little bit of a crescent-shaped green, but it looks like the green should shape that way, but the actual contours of the green go in the opposite direction. The only good thing about that is chances are you've got an uphill putt.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. That is classy.
They had a chance of going in. Second shot.
Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Rich Lerner back with you at the 14th hole at Oakmont. And this is a hole that offers up a pretty good scoring opportunity, a short par 4, 358 yards.
Smokes it.
Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
This will be a birdie if it drops. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, how about this hole, Frank? 499-yard, par 4 15th. All you want.
Oh, that's for sure. The church pews down the left. It's about 340 yards to get all the way past them, so that's not really an option. Bunkers down the right side, really, they tell you, you've got to somehow hit something in between both of those. And the reason why it's another fairway you want to hit is a long second shot. It's a little uphill to a green. Well, just like all the others, is going to take something special.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Superb shot once again, and only about 15 feet away for a birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Not too much, not too little. Perfectly played into the center of the cup. Frank, this is a point in the round where you really need to summon your best stuff. Par 3 of 231 yards. You know the pressure's building. We're at the 16th hole, and you have a long iron in hand. You can't flinch. You can't take it halfway back and go. This has to be the complete swing, and you have to really have the nerve on this shot.
Yeah, this shot has to be hitting right out of the button, that's for sure. One thing to consider, though, in the back of your mind, it's always better putting back uphill. Well, uphill is actually from the back of this green. So you actually can be a little braver on 16 than what you might think standing on that tee, because a little long is better than a little short.
And getting ready for the putt. Man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. And that's in for a par. Now on to the 17th hole, and Frank, in so many ways, this determined the outcome of the 2007 U.S. Open. Jim Furyk had his issues here. It's just 313 yards, but it can really play with a player's mind.
It's such an unusual par 4 for a U.S. Open, plus also where it comes in the round, because the options, and there's only really two, is like a 4 or 5 iron, sneak it up the right side, or you take a driver directly at the green. You would think there's something in between, but really there isn't. And that's why, to your point, it stopped Jim Furyk, it stopped Tiger Woods, it allowed Cabrera to win. It also helped Ernie Els, who went with the driver option there back in 1994. So 17, it's short, it's tempting, it is at a US Open, but it is still demanding.
On the green in regulation. And drops it in. This is where so many of the legends, from Hogan to Nicklaus to Miller to Els, made their imprint. And don't forget about Angel Cabrera, the last time the U.S. Open was played here. The 18th hole, the clubhouse straight ahead. What a view, and what a moment in the championship. That is a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow. Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Now the second shot here at the finishing hole at Oakmont in the U.S. Open Championship. And Frank, what is the key here?
That second shot, last part, plays a little bit uphill. Remember, there's a false front on this green, so this ball does not land at least 5 or 6 yards on the front of the screen. It's going to come back. And there's a little swale in the middle. This ball has to be judged correctly.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Well played here. Went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Settles in over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's the final round of the Pittsburgh Invitational. How about that tee ball? Not just in the fairway, but way down the fairway.
Yeah, a lot of people can hit it long and crooked. Long and straight, that's the hard one to get. That is absolutely in prime position.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot. Chance for back-to-back. Great start.
On the tee, ready to go. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. That's a nice lag putt. Frank, what would you focus on a long putt?
That 3-foot circle, obviously you allow yourself a little bit more the further and further away you get, but just expectations, lower them a little bit. There's certain distances, just take 2.
Beautifully done. That's a birdie. Third hole's a par 4. Again, it's 428 yards, but Frank, we look out to the left and we can see there's nothing quite like the third at Oakmont.
Well, the church pews certainly might look beautiful from our point of view, but they really shrink the hole down, or the landing area, because not only the pews on the left side, but a bunch of bunkers on the right. You see the tee shot plays a little downhill, but it funnels in so closely together that more often than not we'll see players hit long irons off the tee here.
Good strike. Good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, on an uphill shot like this one, did you do anything differently in terms of your setup over the ball?
Yeah, I made sure the ball wasn't too far forward, because on an uphill shot there's always a struggle to get all your weight going forward.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Good putt. Frank, at Oakmont, you have to take advantage of scoring opportunities when they present themselves. Is this one of those moments here, the par 5, fourth hole at 609 yards?
It'll certainly be one of the holes that determine the champion, because the difference between making...
Hold on here a second. She is winding up for a big one. She wants to smash this as far as she can hit it. Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. Second shot here at the fourth hole.
like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Cleans that up, being the hole. Fourth hole now. Long par 5 at 609 yards. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Not a single weakness today. What a performance. Second shot. Good look at the green. Headed to the right, just a tad. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Well, a fine birdie chance for her right now. Count it. That's a birdie. Frank, what's the pros' take on the first par 3 here at Oakmont, the 6th, at just under 200 yards?
Oh, it's a real beauty. Very narrow in the front. You can see how it pinches in so close. It starts to widen up, but even to try and carry that bunker on the right side, there's very few players in the world that could hit it that high and manage to stop the ball in that corner. Once again, you're trying to thread it through that avenue at the front of this green. It's a tough par 3.
Don't want to miss it right here.
No.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet? It's still going.
This is when the game becomes easy, and you know this, it almost never is easy. But when you're hitting fairway after fairway after fairway, the game's a pleasure. Hasn't missed a single fairway today.
And this one just seems to be moving a little left in the air.
Not too bad. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
Really? This is an awkward length.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Here at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole. And Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine a 300-yard par 3 at a US Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides. That's the 8th hole.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Just a bit offline. and into the bunker. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll. Not a problem there, Rich.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just has the feel today. Rounding out the front nine here at Oakmont, Frank, it looks to be straight away, uphill. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, there certainly is. Years gone by, this was a par 5 for the US Opens of yesteryear. Par 5 still for the members. And the reason why is it's a little bit uphill, semi-blind tee shot, bunkers left and right, and of course rough if you miss those. This is one of those holes, even though it's a par 4 now, you miss the fairway here, you are not reaching this green in 2.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That is classy.
No chance of going in.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
What a tremendous display of power and precision. This is going to play a lot shorter. It is a steep hill down to the green. That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Doesn't want to let this one get away. She needs this for par. Solid par. Frank, it's only 379 yards, a par 4. You thinking birdie here at the 11th?
You would think for that distance, no, but you'd take 4 here. It's a stringent tee shot. The fairway doesn't really look pleasing to the eye. It looks like it moves out to the left, but that's exactly where those bunkers are. So more often than not, we see players hitting out of the right rough. And back in 1994, this is where the playoff finished with Lauren Roberts and Ernie Els.
Well, Frank, as we know, golf is not played generally on a flat surface, and here we go, uphill.
Yeah, and the uphill lie is going to guarantee you more loft than normal. So you're going to have to counteract that with maybe an extra club. Just making a mockery of the field now. Another eagle.
We are at the par 5 12th here at Oakmont. This is a big par 5 at 667 yards.
That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Good tee shot right in the short grass. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Frank, how rare would this be if this putt drops?
Well, this is I'd like to say once in a lifetime, but on the odd occasion we do see back-to-back eagles, but it certainly is something to watch.
So the eagle goes begging, and still has this for birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. That's the idea. Just knock it in. Here at the par 3 13th, we're ready to tee off. It's 183 yards. Pushing our way into this back nine, we arrive at the par 3 13th. It's 183 yards. This could be a good one. Try up next.
Second shot. Great too.
Beautiful. Rich Lerner back with you at the 14th hole at Oakmont. And this is a hole that offers up a pretty good scoring opportunity, a short par 4 at 358 yards. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
Pretty good putt, Frank. Just didn't quite read it correctly.
Yeah, would have certainly liked that to go in.
Right in the heart. Here at the 15th, a long par 4 at 499 yards. Frank, what are you looking to do off the tee?
Tee shot here is very similar to the one back at the par 5, where the fairway slopes left to right, and then the second shot's going to be uphill to a green that's actually built in the opposite direction. This is a tough par 4.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Getting set now over the putt. Not a problem from there, right in the middle. On to 16 now, a 231-yard par 3. Yet another demanding hole here at Oakmont. The par 3 16th, 231-yard par 3. Frank calls for a well-struck long iron.
It certainly does. It's going to favour something that's hit a little higher and a little softer. If you could just mentally cut this green in half and just sort of look at the left half of this green, that's really the best way to play this hole. And the reason why is the general contours all move to the right. That ball can still funnel down to the right side of the green.
That would be a great look at birdie. These putts keep the round together. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Rich, I once asked Tom Weiskopf, I was really young, I said, who's the greatest putter you've ever seen? And I thought the answer was going to be Ben Crenshaw, Billy Casper, even my fellow countryman Bob Charles. And he sort of shook it off and he said, that's the easiest questions anyone's ever asked me. It's Jack Nicklaus. I'm like, Jack Nicklaus was this great player, you know, hit the ball far and high and all that. I said, well, why would you say he's a great putter? He said, well, you know, when you hit a shot to 30 feet on just about every hole, and you never look at a makeable putt, but the first one you get, the first 10, 40, you just bury it straight in the middle of the hole. I said, that's a great putt. I said, when you watch Nicklaus's career over the years, time and time again, he wouldn't have a makeable putt. Take two putts. But when he had one, the first one he looked at, he knocked it in. And he said, that is what a great putter does.
He made them when it mattered. 18 times to win major championships. It mattered for Jack. This is where so many of the legends, from Hogan to Nicklaus to Miller to Els, made their imprint. And don't forget about Angel Cabrera, the last time the U.S. Open was played here. The 18th hole, the clubhouse straight ahead. What a view, and what a moment in the championship. That's in the fairway. This one will play a little bit longer. It's up the hill to that green. Good swing, good shot yet again. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. This can be a cruel game at times. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
That is a solid par putt right there. That's why you play the game, to stack up the wins. Great effort right there. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. So the action is underway, and we'll take you out now to our featured golfer here at number one. Getting ready to start the round, Frank, what is the importance of getting off to a good start?
It's imperative, Rich, really. Try and find your rhythm, conditions of the golf course. Really get into the round as quick as you can.
I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Just pulverize that golf ball. Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
A little bit of magic from here. The hole's not over.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here in the first hole. Just a little tap in here. That's a birdie to get to 1 under for the tournament. Frank, they renovated the par 5 second back in 2010. What'd they do to the hole, and how does it play now?
Well, they changed the green, especially the left side. There's a huge mound there now. It's still a driver off the tee, but before you could bail out on the left side, you can't bail out anymore. It's a devilish of a chip over that mound.
Those chocolate drop mounds give the course a really nice look.
Yeah, they just pop. And you can see them. You know that they're problematic. Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Second shot. Good look at the green. Oh, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
What a shot. Setting up for an eagle here. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Frank, you've talked about this sort of New England feel they gave this golf course when they remodeled it. This is a pretty good example here at the third hole.
Yeah, that stone wall behind just sort of makes the golf course look like it's been there forever. They have tweaked the green a little bit on that left side, created a little bit of a ridge. You can sort of play the ball off that if you know where you're going.
On the green in regulation. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, all of a sudden, another player to factor in on this leaderboard.
Yeah, and things are starting to tighten up right now. Going to see where the next move comes from.
Frank, at 298 yards, the fourth is reachable for just about every professional. What might scare them off?
Well, that bunker on the left, that's really actually a chance to showcase your skills. And that's where you realize how much better professional golfers are. A good bunker play, especially on a hole like 4, and then you will get well rewarded.
This is a great place for a fan to watch, isn't it?
It is. You see so many different short shots around this green. The bunker shots from the left side, if you hit it over the back on the right, the little bump and run through the little valley in the green. Fun hole to watch.
Perfectly placed tee shot will set up an eagle opportunity, but then you see quite a few bogeys made here as well.
Yeah, if you stray a little bit, leave the ball too far short, then you have to play that pitch across the bunker. That's no fun.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll. In a very aggressive mode with that birdie now in second place.
If you're just joining us, let's take you out to our featured golfer at the fifth. Frank, I've been impressed with the play to this point early in the round.
Yeah, it's solid without being spectacular, and that's actually a huge compliment.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, you can feel the momentum shifting.
You can. It might look tight at the top at the moment, but you definitely get the impression we're going to see a change in the lead very soon.
Beautiful birdie right there. right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Well, she's just made it look easy out there today. Swing has been rhythmical, tempo's been good, and really has played outstanding golf. Pretty good shot right there, about 8 feet. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Frank, you just love the variety of holes here at TPC Boston. Now we get to the 7th. It's a 600-yard par 5.
It looks straight away, but the problem is if you don't hit a good tee shot, then you really have to be aware of that cross bunker. That is one place you don't want to go with your second shot.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree.
Second shot.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
And another green in regulation.
Such sneaky distance.
You hate to miss the short ones. Ouch. Has this for her birdie. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Now to the par 3 8th. And Frank, what's the best way to go here?
Hit your best, and then you're looking at making 2.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Clean this up with a tap. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Hole number 9, Frank, 472 yards. Good par 4.
Yeah, if you blink, it'll catch you.
Frank, I don't know about you, but I love a good hot dog and a soda at the turn. Of course, it tastes a lot better after you've made par. How difficult is that proposition here at the 9th?
Well, if you stray with your tee shot here, you'll be making hamburgers, that's for sure.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Frank, golf so often is a game of avoiding something. What do you want to stay away from here at the 9th?
You have to avoid that little pot bunker just short of this green. If the pin's at the back, it's fine. You can fly the ball into the middle of the green. But if the pin's on the front, just make sure you carry that little bunker.
What a shot. Perfectly placed right next to the hole. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect. Right down the middle of the fairway. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Frank, like all TPC golf courses, TPC Boston has the fan in mind. So you see those mounds throughout the golf course that gives people a chance to just sit, relax, and watch some golf. And there's a nice shady spot on the hill behind the 11th.
Yeah, that's just before the 12th tee, and you really do get a look at the tee shots coming in 11, as well as the little undulations and contours on that massive green.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Just a couple of feet.
Great too.
Beautiful. Frank, the 12th looks to be a pretty straightforward par 4.
Just bends to the left. There's a big sort of crop of mounds on that right side. If you can just go a little left of those, you get a nice kick forward.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Second shot, good look at the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Under on the day. Frank, par 4 13. Just swing away with that big stick with the driver.
Big advantage if you've got another 10 or 15 yards left in the bag here. If you can carry that left side, you certainly shorten this hole up.
Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone. And the second shot from 110 yards. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity.
Really solid stroke.
Frank, at the 14th now, and anytime you get a par 4 that is almost 500 yards, it gets your attention.
It does play downhill, though, so you don't have to smash away here. It's better if you can get something moving a little right to left. Then it will take the natural slope. You get a little more yardage out of it that way.
Let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one.
Smoked that one.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. With these downhill shots, really the key is always balance, and maybe you want to take a little bit of a wider setup, and then club selection obviously is important. You maybe take a little less club and just try not to overswing. Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Getting set now over the putt. Count it. It's an eagle. Now at the par 4 15th, what do you think of this hole, Frank?
Oh, I love the strategy involved here. It's not just necessarily a driver off the tee. Smart play often comes on top here because it's a second shot hole.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. 130 yards out. Vijay Singh, Charlie Hoffman, and Big Henrik Stenson, they all have one thing in common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston, 22 under.
And they're all good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage.
What an outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result, too. It's just a tap-in.
Just a tap-in to finish the hole. Good roll. Frank, here at the 16th, you really see this sort of New England character, don't you?
Yeah, that stone wall now protects that sort of two-tiered green. And it sort of showcases the golf course. It just fits in beautifully with what Hans and Faxon have done to the golf course. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. And this will be a 5-foot putt here.
A good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
Frank, 412 yards on the card doesn't look like a whole lot, but
you can play a little longer because really you've got to play it down the right. Don't play it as a dog leg. Just go point A and then point B.
Coming down the home stretch here at the 17th, set up well for a chance to go after this flagstick. These are always tricky. Severe downhill to that green. She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. On to the finishing hole here at TPC Boston. What can we expect, Frank?
Drive down the left side, and then it's all about the second shot. That ball just took off the face.
Frank, if this were baseball, that would be an upper deck moonshot.
It'd be out of the stands. But not only that, it is in the middle of the fairway. Long, incredibly long, and straight.
Tape measure shot. And this is looking really good. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Here's this putt for eagle. Oh, yes, that's an eagle. So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live second round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in one. You like that right there, Frank?
Beautiful lag putt. Great pace.
Good putt. Nice to see a par 5 this early in the round. Gettable, Frank?
Yeah, good tee shot. Certainly a good chance here for going for this for 2. But if you stray with that tee shot, be careful on the layup. It gets really narrow up by the green.
This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have a down breeze and you just watch it stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that. Oh, this is straight at it.
That's a really good line. That is classy.
Well, they had a chance of going in.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. And it is down for an eagle. Frank, really nice mix of holes here at the start. TPC Boston. The third, it's a par 3, about 210 yards.
Yeah, nice brick wall over the back, sort of give that look like it's been there for 100 years. But another one, really, you have to fly this ball on the green. There's no chance of running it up.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Good chance here. stroked that with authority. Frank, as a commentator, as a fan of the game, 3 words that I love in golf. Drivable, par 4, here we go.
Yeah, some might say risk-reward. Just look at that bunker on the left at the front of the green, because that's a great place to miss if you're not going to drive this green. Either that or just over the back right. But a par 4, that's definitely taking the head cover off.
Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position.
Oh, painful lip out. It was a good putt.
Absolutely can't believe it. I thought that thing was stone dead in the center. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Frank, the opening at TPC Boston, you could describe it as fun, gettable. It starts to change in character here at the 5th, doesn't it?
Yeah, beautiful par 4. You've got to be cognizant of exactly how far you can fly the ball, though, because there's 3 distinct sections of this green. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. The green is up above, and this will play at least a club longer. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Good effort, good par putt. This is one of the most challenging holes on the golf course, Frank. 465-yard par 4 6th.
Yeah, just hit your tee shot in between those 2 trees. You don't have to be too aggressive. You really do have to hit this ball in the fairway because that green is tucked very close to the water.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
What a shot. Perfectly placed right next to the hole. She's played some solid golf today. See if she can keep it going with another birdie. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, now a big par 5, the 7th hole.
Yeah, there's an interesting feature on this par 5. About 100 yards short of the green is that huge cross bunker. So a good tee shot, that shouldn't be a problem. Stray a little, and your mind is turning on that. That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
That's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Excellent, perfect position.
Ball's just sitting up too. You could hit anything from there. Second shot. What a great shot.
Good scoring opportunity. Third shot here at the par 5. Dude, that in the hole. Tremendous shot. Now to the par 3 8th. And Frank, what's the best way to go here?
Hit your best, and then you're looking at making 2.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. Getting set now over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, I don't know about you, but I love a good hot dog and a soda at the turn. Of course, it tastes a lot better after you've made par. How difficult is that proposition? Oh, I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball.
Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank, here at the 9th, what are most players trying to do?
Well, you really have to be aware of that bunker. That's about 25 yards short of the green. If you finish up there, that's one of the hardest shots in golf, the long bunker shot. So you've got to carry that, even if you want to run the ball onto this green.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, that's a formality now.
Just a couple of feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports on a gorgeous New England afternoon. It's fall, the leaves are changing, and maybe the fortunes will change as players get set for the 10th hole.
Yeah, good par 4, really straight. No fairway bunkers really in play. Got to be careful with the second shot, though. That water does come into play on the left side.
Caught that one flush, Frank. That was beautiful.
What was the movie again? Dead, solid, perfect.
Second shot. Good look at the green. That is classy.
Yeah, had a chance of going in.
Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. 11th hole here at TPC Boston. Frank, this is a stout par 3 at 231 yards.
Plays a little bit uphill, and that big gaping bunker just short right. Have to avoid that.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. On the green in regulation. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Has it That's birdie. Now at the 461-yard par 4 12th, how do you play it, Frank?
Well, hit two of your best here. Somehow find the fairway, and then you'd take anything on the green here. You see a lot of sixes here over the years.
Gave that the full treatment. Get up.
Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
And the second shot from 110 yards. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Just 5 feet left. Continues to roll it very well all day long. Frank, par 4 13. Just swing away with that big stick with the driver?
Big advantage if you've got another 10 or 15 yards left in the bag here. If you can carry that left side, you certainly shorten this hole up.
Just pulverize that golf ball. Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Really some strong winds out there today, and we can already see the effects on some of these shots. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Has it. Good putt right there. Frank, the 14th, this is a dogleg left, 495 yards. Another case where the driver will set everything up.
But you have to avoid those mounds on the left. They'll just snag your ball.
Come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, the Deutsche Bank Championship, certainly one of the most important events of the season.
Yeah, it's one of the few there that has a regular home, so you know what to expect. Very important, too, that second event on the roster of the FedEx Cup playoffs. So a good finish here, and then there's a good chance you'll make the Tour Championship.
Frank, it's fitting that one of America's greatest sports towns, Boston, has one of the most important championships of the year on tour.
And the fact that it's the second event on the FedEx Cup playoffs makes it so much more important.
There it is for Eagle. Now at the par 4 15th, what do you think of this hole, Frank?
Oh, I love the strategy involved here. It's not just necessarily a driver off the tee. Smart play often comes on top here because it's a second shot hole.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Good contact, good result.
Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
This is a good-looking shot. Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. This from 7 feet. Oh, hello there. Really nice putt. Moving on to 16 now. This is one where you sort of lick your chops, Frank, because it's pretty short, 161 yards. Where's the challenge here?
Where the fish go. That big lake on the left, that's the challenge.
Good chance at one.
Rich, it's gone.
In the hole. You do not see that every day. That, folks, is a hole-in-one. Wow. Frank, the 17th here at TPC Boston underwent quite a radical change.
Yeah, that renovation and that redesign that they did, it changed the character of the hole, but they still kept that big mound in the middle of the green. So that second shot is still punishing if you misjudge it.
And players nursing a lead, they might want to think about playing it safe down the right side, but if you're trying to make up some ground, you could try to fly the church pews that divide the fairway into two sections, and that would give you a nice short wedge in.
Yeah, give you a short wedge in, but really the risk, is it worth it?
This shot, 170 yards. Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. In the hole, and the birdie. Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston has generated a lot of buzz through the years, hasn't it?
It has, and those changes have just made this finishing hole so much better. The fact that they've narrowed up the front of the green, they've made that left side more severe. Now you can't bail out on the left. If you do, it's an awful little pitch or even a putter.
The addition of that pot bunker, Frank, how has that changed the hole?
Well, if you stray off the tee or find one of those bunkers with your tee shot, you really have to be aware of exactly the distance that little pot bunker is away. Because if you just sort of whack it out of the bunker and lay it up there, you find the next bunker, then you're in trouble.
A good 190-yard shot, and this is the second.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
You can't ask for much more than that. About 5 feet away. Beautifully done. What a tremendous display of golf this has been.
Certainly throwing an eagle against the field, too. We've seen it all. Birdies, eagles, just blitzing the field from start to finish. Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship.
That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. Frank, it's one thing to jumpstart your round. This would ignite the round.
Yeah, you don't normally see two par fives back to back, so the chances of having consecutive eagles is so rare.
And rolls it in. Nice putt. Here at the par 5 second hole, just over 540 yards, Frank.
Yeah, keep it to the left of those bunkers. You can play it as a three-shotter if you're not too ambitious. But, well, why not sort of dangle the little hook out there and have a go at it for two?
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. This will require a good one. This is a 190-yard second shot.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is classy.
No chance of going in.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Eagle on the call. Hole number 3 here at TPC Boston. It is a par 3. Frank, are you happy walking off with par here?
Well, if you've birdied the first two holes, there's a chance here to be greedy.
I like the looks of this one. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. All right, Frank, chance to flex the muscles now. Drivable par 4.
Yeah, only 287 yards to that front right of the green. Just under 300 yards all up. Really, if you can't drive the ball on the green, the front bunker's not bad, or just over the back on the right, but well worth a go.
Oh, I love this. She is winding up. Just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball.
Just smokes it.
She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. Shouldn't be a problem here. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now on to the 5th, and Frank, a pretty challenging par 4.
Yeah, gentle dogleg to the left. There's a short bunker on the right. That's not really in play. You can just see that one on the left. Ideally, just want to hit something around 330 yards to this very difficult green.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Frank, the TPC Boston really starts to show its teeth here in the 5th hole.
Yeah, beautiful hole. That green up ahead, though, there's 3 different sections. Obviously, the easy section is that middle one where it just pokes out to the left.
seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. See if she can put a birdie on the card here. That one drops for a birdie. Sixth hole here at TPC Boston, always a fan favorite. What do people like about it, Frank?
Well, it's like a goal kicker hole. There's these two big pine trees, and especially when you turn off that back tee. Hit it through that chute, avoid the two bunkers on the right, you're in prime position.
That is a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Second shot, good look at the green.
And this one just seems to be moving a little left in the air.
Not too bad. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Getting set now over the putt.
Good solid stroke there, no sign of nerves on that.
Frank, now a big par 5, the 7th hole.
Yeah, there's an interesting feature on this par 5. About 100 yards short of the green is that huge cross bunker. So a good tee shot, that shouldn't be a problem. Stray a little, and this line is definitely on that.
Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. We knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect, right down the middle of the fairway. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Now the third shot at the par 5. That's the idea. Just knock it in. Seventh hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 600 yards. What's the way to play it?
Just tee it up and hit it as hard as you can. Get this one on the fairway here, then you've got no problem carrying that huge cross bunker with your second shot.
Here we go. That would be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Yeah, a little unlucky there.
Just a couple of feet. That is a solid par putt. Frank, I don't know about you, but I love a good hot dog and a soda at the turn. Of course, it tastes a lot better after you've made par. How difficult is that proposition here at the 9th?
Well, if you stray with your tee shot here, you'll be making hamburgers, that's for sure.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Frank, golf so often is a game of avoiding something. What do you want to stay away from here at the 9th?
You have to avoid that little pot bunker just short of this green. If the pin's at the back, it's fine. You can fly the ball into the middle of the green. But if the pin's on the front, just make sure you carry that little bunker.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Comfortably knocks it in.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. 105 yards left. Moving a little bit to the right. Just an excellent shot right there. About 5 feet away. Good chance. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Moving on to the 11th here, Frank, and this par 3 has to be the toughest here at TPC Boston. 231 yards. How do you handle this one?
Well, it plays a little uphill, so this hole really does suit the high ball flyers. There's a big ridge in the middle of the green, so when that flag's on the back, you've got to hit your best shot.
And this is looking really good. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. As this for her birdie. Chalk that up as a birdie for the scorecard. Now at the 461-yard par 4 12th, how do you play it, Frank?
Well, hit two of your best here. Somehow find the fairway, and then you'd take anything on the green here. You see a lot of sixes here over the years. Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there. Should be safely on deck.
Well played here. Went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Settles in over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. And another par 4 here at the 13th TPC Boston.
This is a slugger's paradise. Plays much longer than its 450 yards uphill. Big carry with the tee shot. That second shot's not exactly short either.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. All right, this is the second attempt on this hole from 110 yards away. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Has it. Frank, at the 14th down, anytime you get a par 4 that is almost 500 yards, it gets your attention.
It does play downhill, though, so you don't have to smash away here. It's better if you can get something moving a little right to left. Then it will take the natural slope. You get a little more yardage out of it that way.
Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet?
It's still going. Just blasted that tee-ball, Frank. So, Frank, downhill shot, what's the right way to play it?
Well, normally downhill, you're also reducing the amount of loft. So you got two choices, either hit a little bit easier or actually take a little bit more loft.
Well, this could be good. That is a gorgeous shot inside of 5 feet. This putt would give her an eagle. Well, they've made it for an eagle. Wow. Frank, after a couple of par 4s where you just sort of let it go with the driver, different strategy here at the 15th?
Yeah, you don't want to get carried away here. This is one where just a nice smooth swing, get that ball in the fairway. And that second shot, you've got to carry that false front.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Here we are at the 16th now, looking at just over 160 yards.
You can sense the fear, can't you?
That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now. Second shot. Great sense of speed in that. You know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
All right, you want to bring it home in style. You want to finish with a flourish. 412-yard, par 4 17th. What's the way to play it?
Just head it down the right side. You don't really want to mess with that sort of rock crop bunkers down the left side. All sorts of bad things happen if you finish there.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Nicely in the fairway here, Frank, but this is steeply downhill to the green. that is classy.
No chance of going in.
So a tester from 4 feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, the 18th year at TPC Boston, for whatever reason, generates quite a bit of buzz, doesn't it?
It does. The longer hitters, obviously, they lick their chops. They're having a chance to make this green in two. But if you find one of the fairway bunkers, the addition of that pot bunker for the layup, that just makes that decision that much more difficult.
Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight.
Well, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. Well, they don't come around too often. Opportunities for eagle. You want to seize it if you get the chance. This is a good one here. Oh, yes, that's an eagle. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. Just ideal. Good speed on that putt and just a tap in remaining. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Great start.
Here at the par 5 second hole, just over 540 yards, Frank.
Yeah, keep it to the left of those bunkers. You can play it as a three-shotter if you're not too ambitious, but well, why not sort of dangle the little hook out there and have a go at it for two?
Yeah, let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Second shot, good look at the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is just an outstanding shot right there. And now a chance for an eagle. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Wow, Nate's eagle makes everybody else look sort of average, Frank.
And look at the size of that lead on the leaderboard now.
Now to the third hole. It's a par 3. What are we looking at, Frank?
Well, really, just keep your eyes away from that bunker on the right. That sort of snags many a golf ball.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
For her birdie. Beautifully done. Nice birdie. All right, Frank, now at the fourth hole, this is a chance to flex the muscles. It's a drivable 4.
It is. Well worth the go, but just be careful. If you flare one a little right, just right of those 3 bunkers, there's a little bit of a hazard. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. Settles in over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, now a beefed up par 4. This is the 5th, 466 yards long.
Prettiest hole on the golf course. Nice, gentle dogleg left. There's a bunker down the left side about 300 yards, and then there's a run out at 350. It's burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, the TPC Boston really starts to show its teeth here in the 5th hole.
Yeah, beautiful hole. That green up ahead, though, there's 3 different sections. Obviously, the easy section is that middle one where it just pokes out to the left. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Good putt. 6th hole here at TPC Boston. Always a fan favorite. What do people like about it, Frank?
Well, it's like a goal kicker hole. There's these 2 big pine trees, and especially when you turn off that back tee. Hit it through that chute, avoid the 2 bunkers on the right, you're in prime position.
She had a good shot off the tee, and now she has all sorts of options available. Let's see what she does here. Setting up for an approach shot here. Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. This is a pretty sizable par 5 here, Frank, the 7th.
But it's reachable. There's some mounds down there. If you keep it down the right side, hopefully that tee shot can kick it a little forward. And then that green, angled at about 45 degrees, very reachable.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Happiness is a long, 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 long walk after that one.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. And this is looking really good. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. And getting ready for the putt. Seems to really have the touch today. Seventh hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 600 yards. What's the way to play it?
Just tee it up and hit it as hard as you can. Get this one on the fairway here, then you've got no problem carrying that huge cross bunker with your second shot. safely on deck.
That is classy.
No chance of going in.
So a tester from 4 feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, I don't know about you, but I love a good hot dog and a soda at the turn. Of course, it tastes a lot better after you've made par. How difficult is that proposition here at the ninth?
Well, if you stray with your tee shot here, you'll be making hamburgers, that's for sure.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. In the fairway, sitting up nicely, and just 155 yards to go. She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. These putts keep the round together. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Could use this one. This is for par. Well, considering the lead that he has on the rest of the field, a par is all you need. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Frank, if this were baseball, that would be an upper deck moonshot.
It'd be out of the stands. But not only that, it is in the middle of the fairway. Long, incredibly long, and straight.
Tape measure shot. Birdie try up next. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. Well, Frank, this is a tasty par 3, 231 yards. The 11th is all you want.
Yeah, there's a mound in the middle of this green. You can use that, so you can either pitch the ball into that, let it roll back towards the flag, or even if the flag's on the back, you make 3 here, just walk straight away to the 12th.
Good-looking shot right here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Frank, the 12th looks to be a pretty straightforward par 4.
Just bends to the left. There's a big sort of crop of mounds on that right side. If you can just go a little left of those, you get a nice kick forward.
Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. She's ended up on the fairway and with such a good lie. So many more options available now. Second shot. Good look at the green. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Continues to putt beautifully. Frank, par 4 13th. Just swing away with that big stick with the driver.
Big advantage if you've got another 10 or 15 yards left in the bag here. If you can carry that left side, you certainly shorten this hole up. I'm loving that balance. Well, par fours, they're not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. We have 115 yards to the hole. Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Wow, what a putt. That is huge. Frank, the 14th, a shortish 495-yard hole.
Only because it's downhill. If you can get that ball running down the fairway, then it certainly sets up a good second shot into this stout par 4.
Hold on here a second. She is winding up for a big one. She wants to smash it as far as she can hit it.
This has exploded off the club face.
Chance to get it close here. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Big swing right there, and a great result, and now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Rich, I remember playing with, it was Ben Crenshaw and Mark McCumber in the World Cup of Golf at Royal Melbourne. And Royal Melbourne's greens are as fast as any in the world. And it was probably one of the best putting exhibitions I ever saw without Ben actually making every putt. His sense of speed. And I think that's where I started to see that putting was a real art. He would look at a putt like it had 7 or 8 different dimensions to it. But it was all feel. It wasn't mechanical. It wasn't like this sort of amazing thought process. It was sort of through osmosis. He would just feel a green. So it would go up and down, several humps and hollows and that, and invariably just, if it missed, it just settled on the back of the cup. And these were the fastest greens in the world. Incredible display.
His longtime caddy at Augusta National, Carl Jackson, they came together in the mid-1970s. Carl recalls the first time he saw Ben, and what stood out was, as Carl tells it, the putting stroke. And in Carl's words, it flowed like the wind. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. Here we are at the 16th now, looking at just over 160 yards.
You can sense the fear, can't you?
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Has it. Good putt right there. Frank almost at the house, but still some work to do. 412-yard, par 4 17th.
Yeah, just poke something down that right side. Really, it's the second shot. You've got to worry about that big mound in the middle of the green.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Coming down the home stretch here at the 17th. Set up well for a chance to go after this flagstick. Setting up for an approach shot here. This is a good-looking shot. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston. This is one of the most exciting finishing holes in golf.
It was changed a couple of years ago, and it's such a better hole now. Two little bunkers right in front of you, 270 yards. If you want to like a litmus test, that one on the right, Bubba Watson can carry that.
Frank, such an advantage when you can hit that far.
It's not fair.
We are about 170 yards from the hole. This one looks right on point. What a shot. I mean, almost in. To win the Deutsche Bank Championship. Oh, yeah, an eagle. What a putt. What a great tournament finish. This one is in the books. Look who finished on top of the leaderboard.
Rich, this has to go down as a classic. Our champion was simply on fire. And I'm looking forward now to see how next week pans out.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Orlando Classic. Let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one.
Grab the fire extinguisher. Put out that ball is on fire. It's melting going through the air. Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that. I knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect. Right down the middle of the fairway. Headed to the right, just a tad. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Starting to move now, Frank, on this leaderboard.
Certainly going all in the positive direction. He's in the middle of the pack, now top 15.
Back to the second hole here at Bay Hill, Frank, long par 3.
And that green slopes so much from right to left, so you can actually use the contours of the green here.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That is classy.
Yeah, a chance of going in.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll.
That drops for another birdie. 2 in a row to start the round. Now at the par 4 third, Frank, this is a great golf hole.
It certainly is. Remember, the brain doesn't register don'ts. So aim right. There's a bunker down there. Keep focusing on where you want it to go, not in the other direction.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played.
A few more birdies like that, Rich, you never know, just might sneak placed on the podium.
In the top 10 right now. Back over now to the 4th. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, we have already seen some excellent play. Frank, what are some of the keys to keeping this early momentum?
Basically just trying to do the same things. We're seeing good driving, good approach play, and very good speed on the green right now. Keep doing the same thing.
Frank, if this were baseball, that would be an upper deck moonshot.
It'd be out of the stands. But not only that, it is in the middle of the fairway. Long, incredibly long and straight.
Tape measure shot.
Well, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle.
Just when you thought it was going to be an average week, eagle there to vault into the top 10.
Fifth hole at Bay Hill, Frank, this is a chance to employ some course management as opposed to maybe brute strength. What do you think?
Yeah, rather soft par 4. No water here, but bunker down the left and bunker down the right. Pinches into that corner. So if you're a little wayward, an iron here is not a bad idea.
She had a good shot off the tee, and now she has all sorts of options available. Let's see what she does here. Frank, what about this approach shot here at the 5th?
One of the few holes where you get a short iron in your hand for that second shot, but that green slopes away at about a 45-degree angle to the right, which makes distance control paramount here at 5.
Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls.
Beautiful looking shot right here. Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. This will require a good one. This is a 190-yard second shot. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Just a couple of feet. How'd you like that one right there? Eagle. Out of nowhere. Into third place. Well, after that beast of a par 5, Frank, it is time to finesse one up on the green here at the par 3-7. Just a little under 200 yards.
There's a big mound in the middle of the green. The flag's above it, and then you've got to be really precise. If it's short of it, you can use that mound as a backstop.
Appears to be tracking well. That is impressive. Hit every single green in regulation today. Well done. She has a birdie opportunity right here. A real threat now. Another birdie and 9 under for the tournament. Now at the 8th, and Frank, this really is a clever design. Fun hole to play.
Very pretty hole. That bunker down the left, just over 300 yards. Ideally, you just work it off that bunker.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Final hole now of the front side. It's a 474-yard par 4. And Frank, you've played it before. What works best here?
Well, ideally a nice little draw off the tee, but the hole's quite weird because the tee shot shapes to the left and yet the green goes the other way.
She's ended up on the fairway and with such a good lie. So many more options available now. Frank, you want to make the turn in style? We're here at the 9th, the approach shot, and what are we looking at?
Big green, one of the biggest on the golf course. This hole's changed a lot with equipment over the years, so long iron, even a mid iron for some people, to a very generous green. Just pitch it on the front third, and you'll be having a birdie putt here at
strong approach shot here at the 9th, and a good opportunity to finish this side with a birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Just a beautiful day here in Orlando, Florida. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge getting set for the back 9. Frank, how do you get off to a good start?
One of the few dogleg rights. This is a hole that you don't want to overthink on it. If you can carry that bunker on the right, just go for it.
Good contact, good result. Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. The green is up above, and this will play at least a club longer. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, 440-yard par 4 11th. You see that number on the card, you think driver. Maybe not. Why?
Yeah, it's imperative you hit the fairway here, Rich. Water obviously in play left, 2 bunkers on the right. This is a second shot hole.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, the second shot here at number 11, another good-looking shot, not unlike the third hole with water along the left. What's the right way to play this?
Obviously, you'd like to walk off 11 with 3, but 4 here never really hurts the scorecard. This is one hole you sort of play with an orange light feeling. A little right of the flag. That's absolutely fine.
What a display of shot-making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Has it. That's birdie. Frank, now we're at the 574-yard, par 5 12th. How critical are the par 5s if you're trying to put a score on the board here at Bay Hill?
They're crucial, Rich, because the par 4s are very, very difficult. So anytime you get a par 5, you've really got to take advantage of it.
Excellent looking shot here. Just blasted that tee ball, Frank. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Getting set now over the putt. 15 under for the day. Frank, the par 4 13th, relatively short, but not necessarily easy.
Yeah, stringent tee shot. A lot of people are tempted to take a bigger club off the tee. 300 yards runs out of the fairway, but really, what does that give you in?
Par 4 13th, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. good putt. Frank, as we come to the 14th of par 3, what's ahead for the players?
Once again, another tough par 3 coming up. Narrow at the front. It gets a little wider the further you go up this green.
Pretty good shot right there. About 8 feet.
Second shot.
And it drops for birdie. Frank, deep in the round at the 15th, you need to maybe make something happen. How difficult is that with such a huge dog leg here?
Once again, make sure you know the distance to carry the bunker or run out. You've got to play to your strength.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Settles in over the putt. Has it. Good putt right there. The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there. Takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot which comes over the lake. And that's a hold-your-breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill. Frank, into the finishing stretch now, and really a good chance to make something happen.
Big swing hole here, 16, very reachable, but consequently, too, you've got to hit a great second shot. They've changed this green, especially that left side, left and short. You're going to come back to the water, but such a great reward for a nice, cool, high-hanging second shot.
That is classy.
Oh, no chance of going in.
So a tester from 4 feet.
Really solid strike.
Frank, par 3 17. Daunting shot. What are you thinking as you step onto this tee?
Just make 3. 2 is a huge bonus. Take 3 in a heartbeat.
I like the looks of this one. Birdie try up next. Frank, how'd you like to be a rookie? You're going up against, at the time, the greatest player in the game, the great white shark, Greg Norman, and you hole a 7-iron to win a tournament?
Well, all you had to do was look at the expression on Norman's face as that ball landed and went in.
What did he hit there?
7-iron.
She had a good shot off the tee, and now she has all sorts of options available. Let's see what she does here. Second shot, good look at the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
What a great shot. Right next to the hole. It's about 5 feet. She's played some solid golf today. See if she can keep it going with another birdie. Great shot to get the birdie.
Rich, in that great opportunity, name on top of the leaderboard. It is only round one.
Good place to be.